Okay, everybody, so this was requested a while ago. I keep meaning to clean up my studio, but this is about as clean as it's gonna get. So I'm gonna take you on a tour. I'm not gonna get super into detail because it'll be way too long of a video, and I don't want to deal with that long of a video. So, here's the opening. So unfortunately, actually, I should keep it like that, huh? So, unfortunately, I don't have a door. I just have a curtain, and that's the gate that I use to try to keep my little monster out. So this is one of our doors, and see, these have lights. So here's some of my Pigs and Eeyores collection. And then on the other side, we got really lucky with the place that we have. It has all of the space for all of my junk. So anyway, so let's go in. So I just opened that, and this is my space, which, as you can see, like, we got super lucky. My space is a very generous space, and and we don't pay that much for our monthly. So we'll start over here. So this is the couch that my dog chills on when I'm crafting. Or that he's supposed to chill on when I'm crafting. He's very bad and he doesn't do what he's supposed to. I'm also an avid reader, so I've got quite an extensive library. And then there's some more Eeyores and Pigs, and I like to keep cards. So like right here, I have cards. There he is, he's being a good boy. Look at you. He's actually utilizing his couch. And then up here, those are actually the bunnies that I grew up with, and then that one in the back. So then I also collect Barbies, and I get one every year for Christmas from my parents, so I've got those. And then this is a painting. It's a pig leaping into a lake, and that's something my friend got me for my birthday. This thing, I got it from an artist. His name is Michael Summers. You should look him up. He's absolutely phenomenal. And I paid too much for that, so we're not going to get into that. So then we'll take you, I guess we'll go this way. And like, I have junk everywhere, guys. So like, this is as clean as it's ever been. And here's just storage and just junk that has nothing to do with anything. And then I've got, like, in here's old school stuff because I refuse to throw it away. And more books. That's where we keep our games. And then I have just the boxes for my favorite Barbies. And then here, this bookshelf, I've got design ideas here, paper for my printer. This is for me to restudy Japanese. I'm trying to get back into doing that. These, I think, are idea books, if I remember correctly. And then these, I used to do Toastmasters, and I should probably get rid of those because I don't do it anymore. And then here's like 2 shelves of cards that people have written for me. So like birthdays, any theater shows that I do. That's from my loving boyfriend for Christmas, and that was for Valentine's Day last year. And then I have a card in there for, oh yeah, this one right here is from a gal that I just met, and she just sent me a card because she wanted to. So then more Pigs and more Eeyores. It's my mama and my daddy, picture of them. If my camera will focus. There we go. There's San Diego. And then this is the Barbie I got last year. She's the zombie bride. So bride Barbies are my favorites. This one was one of the very first bride Barbies I ever got. This one I did the Mud Factor. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. I did it with 2 of my friends. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a jerky video. So this, my dad actually made for me. My dad does woodworking. My entire family's kind of crafty or artistic in some way. So in here, these are all of my pets that I've lost. I have all of their ashes. So Ava's there, Freckles is there, and in the back I have Precious and Precious Smokers, and I've got one more, and I'm totally forgetting, and I'm a horrible pet mommy. I've had a lot of pets, guys, so, you know what, I think, oh, Yoda, my little Yoda. And then this was my first kitty ever, it's Smokers. And then back there's a jewelry box that my dad made, and then just something that I love. This is my grandmother and my grandfather both have passed, and when my grandmother passed, her funeral director sprayed her perfume on these wood shaving roses and gave those to me. This is the first pig I ever was given, and my popper, my grandfather right here, he gave that to me when I was a small child. And he passed when I was about 4 or 5. And then I've got little Ava's footprint here. Freckles is right here. It doesn't have a little stand. And then that's Freckles and Rowdy. They've both passed. And these are my favorite Barbies. So I keep them in this nice case that my dad made me. This one is my absolute favorite, Versace. My Versace Barbie. I love her. It's one of my favorite dress designs, and they made it into a Barbie, and I about died. My friend Katie gave me these because I get down on myself sometimes. I have major depression issues, as you guys may or may not know, so she sent me some Power Thought cards to make me feel better, which I love Katie. So, and then in here, my dad also made this part, so there's beading magazines. This one's all bead and button, beadwork here. This stack is step-by-step beads and random ones, I think. And then this one's bead style. That's all bead style. Here are some just random books, and then I've got some resin books, and then some metal crafting books, which I'm just now getting into. These are kind of random little notebooks where I put down design ideas. These are all my bead weaving books. So I've got all those, and then these are like different wire and metalworking magazines. Stringing, I think I've got, let's see, wire jewelry, there's jewelry artist, stuff like that. And then down here, those are all my wire working books. And then these are my DVDs. Oh my gosh, avalanche. See what happens when you have too much crap, guys. Don't be a hoarder. Take it from a hoarder. So anyways, so this is getting me started with the fine jewelry. So flex shaft, stuff like that. So those are all my DVDs for that. This was a little heater that doesn't actually work. Piece of crap. Okay, so then we get to my desk. So I've got a calendar, which is so not on the right month. That's a play that I did a while ago. So on here, gosh, guys, this is going to be a really long video. I apologize. So I've just got this little round movable thing. So I've got some washi tapes in here, a lot of chains, some ribbons. These are all beads that I need to organize. I've got some pictures here that I need to put up, me and my mama. And then I've got this. I love candles, and I kind of keep them everywhere. Just some random display things there. And if I break it, candle things to make my room smell good. And here, so these are scrap. I keep scrap metal in here. These are all of my metal, well, not all of my metal findings. Some of my metal findings in here, and they're labeled sterling silver, gold filled, silver plated, gold plated, and then other metals. And then in here are the majority of my chains, and then some plated findings, and then just some other random findings. These 3 things I need to take those to my friends. And then I've got this, which I absolutely love. This is where I keep most of my tools. So I've got my bead loom here, chocolate, because you can never have too much chocolate, and some just bead sizes, my color wheel, measurements, stuff like that. So I've got razor knives, scissors, pliers, paint brushes, scoops and stuff in there. Some dotting tools, files, pins, a ruler, nothing in that one. And then this one, I've got 2 things I need to fix that I keep forgetting are in there. And then you come over here. This is kind of an inspiration book that my the owner of my business, the business that I work at, gave to me to kind of get inspiration to do metal work. Random odds and ends. These are things I need to fix for my mom. It's another card. I have like major sinus issues, so I keep that there. Random things. My wallet. These I use to label beads. These are my 2 two of my three main beading stations. So usually I have projects going on. Right now I'm working on this bracelet. And then I'm making some bracelets for my boyfriend with these beads. These earrings I need to fix. These I need to put away. And then over here I've just got some, you know, trash or whatnot. Odds and ends, copper scraps, random things, cell phone case that I'm working on for me. This is usually where I keep my computer, so it's kind of empty right now. It's got, because my computer's out there. These are my planners, printer, pretty self-explanatory, necklace holder, and then I've got a little light table there. This is my little setup to do filming. It's not the best, but I've got a light there, and then I usually use this one, and then I usually use that background. Working on a bracelet for my boyfriend here. Thing of baggies, this is where I keep my trash. This is something I'm working on. And then over here, I keep things that I'm going to film right here. So this is going to be a haul. These are things I'm working on. This is the chainsta. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. So you just attach it and you can attach dangles, a lot easier to chain. More smelly things, just kind of random odds and ends. This is for my stereo, which is over there. This is my polymer clay station. So on the top of the desk I have scrapped clay. This I need to organize. Just my liquid Sculpey, my extruder, some molds, and some push stencils, not stencils, cutters and regular cookie cutters, another necklace thing. These are the clay that I finished. I need to get into clay more. Blades and toothbrushes and some of these Sculpey tools. This is it's the Sculpey one. Gosh, I don't know, the roller. It rolls out flat sheets. And I've got a mold right here. These are just my files, so not important. Okay, so let's go back to underneath this desk. In this drawer are some of my favorite beads. So I've got Delicas, a lot of Swarovski crystals. Most of these are Swarovski crystals or Czech crystals. So I've got a bunch of them in there, and I'm not going to take them out because it's just going to take too long. And here are all of my finished pieces of jewelry, which I need to sell or get rid of or something. I don't know. There's too many in there. These are finished pieces of resin. So these are resin jewelry that I need to get rid of, do something with. And here are shells that I collected from Newport Beach, my favorite beach in the whole world, at least that I've been to so far. And here are just some organza bags for when I do orders, which hasn't been in a while because I haven't been good about my business. And here, a whole bunch of beads. And somebody else requested that I do a bead collection video, so I probably will eventually and break that into a whole bunch of different pieces. And then in here, more beads. These are paper punches. I have 3 of them. And then smaller books of paper in here. These are Chinese crystal. And then in here, most of these are Czech crystal. So I've got a couple here, and then here. Then I've also have some metal findings in a couple of these. These are all fire polished rounds. And then in here, I just have the box for that Sculpey clay conditioning machine. That's what it's called. And bags and just odds and ends. This is kind of my odds and ends thing. More beads in here. I have 4 containers of seed beads in here that I'm probably going to get rid of because I don't really use them. Beads, beads, more beads, 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 and beads. This is really embarrassing, guys. Like, I have a genuine problem. But I've been hoarding since I was 11, and I'm 30 years old now. So, you know, it's a lot of time. So then I have more beads in here, and metal findings, charms, and stuff like that. Same thing in here. This is my wig jig, which I never really use. I might get rid of that. I'm going through stuff and trying to like downsize because I finally realized that I just have an issue. And then these are the beads that I got from Adornable Elements. So these are all really the nice quality beads. And then this thing is an ear wire maker, and it comes with different plates and stuff. It's one of the two that I have. Then over here, then I have a trash can, whatever, not a big deal. These are copper wires, and then I just have some stringing materials. This is odds and ends. These are beads that I probably am never going to use. And here's like personal stuff, tapes, my cell phone covers, because I have too many cases. Here's some findings. These are all my plated findings, so like jump rings. Not all my plated findings. I have a bunch of in that big container right there. So these are mostly head pins and eye pins of all different metals. This is where I keep my precious metals. So sterling silver, white gold. I would keep yellow gold if I had it. I don't right now. So that's all my sterling silver stuff. And then I have more beads in here in all 4 of these. So I'm really trying hard to downsize because it's getting out of hand to the point where it's embarrassing. And I'm already at 16 minutes and I still have a bunch more to do. So then I have this container right here, and it's got different drawers. I'm not going to open them. So this one's got like washi tape and ribbons and stuff like that, jewelry glaze, cards in there. And then this one has ornament twine and cards, stamps and ink. This one's metal findings, this one's metal findings. And then in here, gosh, it keeps, because it's so dark in here, it doesn't want to focus. So this is felt and feathers. And then in here are kind of like the little cabochons that I have. And then this one, I've got more beads. Gosh, this was a project that I was going to do with the kiddos that I used to babysit for. And then here is my polymer clay. This is just a bunch of crap on top. So open that up. Opened and unopened boxes or bags or blocks. That's what it's called. More polymer clay stuff. So I've got, so I want to do some journals. I've got some plaques and stuff, parchment paper, little spoons to decorate. That, I mean, a bunch of, I wanted to do some cute, like, thumbtacks and stuff. This is a teeny little mold. Paper clips. Pastels are back here. I got one set for a class, and then the other set my mom gave me because she never uses them. And then the marbles, because Lynn's Crafts, I think, does the tutorial on how to do dragon's eyes. So, and then back here, I think, are more cookie cutters and stuff. Okay, so then I'm gonna go over here, and we'll start over here. So that my boyfriend just gave me this to help me organize a little bit more. I haven't set it up yet. This, my dad actually made me this workbench. So I'm starting to learn how to do fine jewelry, how to make fine jewelry. I'm being taught by a master jeweler who's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, he's just phenomenal. I couldn't have gotten luckier to have him as a teacher. So back here, that's my flex shaft. The workbench isn't done, so that's why it's supposed to have 2 more drawers right here in the middle. So I've got like wax carving stuff in there. My soldering blocks are up here, some fine paper. That's my ultrasonic machine. Torch here, some files. That's a little cleaner that my boyfriend got me. This is the stand that my flex shaft is going to go on. So this is the wax side. This is the metal side, because you can't use the same tools for wax that you do for metal, because if the metal gets into the wax, then the wax will mess up with the casting. So here is just shipping materials, and then I've got a bunch of ornaments in there that I bead around sometimes. And then back there I've got, that's where my painting went in. And then some boxes for shipping, more shipping materials, and also in there I've got some display stuff. And then these 2 things my dad also made for me. I'm also really lucky with that. My dad makes me a bunch of stuff. So this is my glitter collection. These are 2 deep, some Martha Stewart and Recollections, and then the big ones, pigments, my pearl powders here, more glitters here. These just came out, and of course, like, I'm a hoarder, so of course I had to get them. And then down here, these are micro marbles, all right here. And then over here is my resin station, because this is one of the only windows that actually opens. So I've got some resin here, one of the molds that I made, some jars, some more pigments, mold. This is the black pigment that Lady Jar had recommended, silicone mixing cup. And then down here, this is more glitter in here. These are mostly polymer clay canes and sprinkles. This is like my drilling, and I've got another color wheel and my mask stuff. Because I have asthma, I had to get one of the special heavy duty masks instead of just the regular mask. Some resin pieces that I haven't finished and I don't know what I'm going to do with.